sister turned my baby's announcement into her moment and refused to apologize.
Get your own baby announcement.
Some background. I, 33 female, had a really hard birth. It was long. When I was in labor, my sister, 31 female, showed up with road and tried to feed me a margarita. She said it was water, which I wasn't impressed with right off the top.
Ew.
By the way, this comes from Icy Forever 3220, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I am Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
And this is Joignat. And we are here to give you some good advice goofily. We don't have all the answers. We only want to tell you what we would do in this situation. So tell us what you would do in the comments. As OP says, that aside, I was out of it right after I delivered. Because of my high fever, I wasn't making sense or talking sentences. Oh. My sister snapped a picture of my daughter, still covered in afterbirth, and an unflattering picture of me, not coherent, and immediately posted to social media without mine or my husband's permission. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yikes. That's not kind.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this was at almost 3 a.m.
What the
And
heck?
I had been in labor since 8 a.m. the previous day. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Sorry. When I confronted her, when one of my friends reached out to congratulate me, I was really confused, only to find out my sister made an announcement that our baby girl arrived before we did. Yeah, that's kind of crappy. I don't like that.
What is her problem?
I reposted her post only to delete it an hour later. I reposted because I felt backed into a corner. Oh, and wasn't totally thinking clearly. Okay. I was really upset and confronted her. I blunt from not being totally with it, from the infection and the meds I was on. She flipped and said I was stupid, etc. I said if she was going to treat me like that, she didn't have a place in our daughter's life. Ooh. We both said some really mean things and ended the conversation. The next day, I apologized because it didn't sit well with me, and I felt it wasn't who I am to even fight like that. Well, it's not OP because you were drugged.
Yeah, you were like literally on a bunch of different things and also like dealing with an infection and just gave birth.
Yeah. Given I never got an apology at all, I apologized a week later face to face when my daughter was admitted to the NICU.
NICU. Yeah.
No. What's wrong? It was her first time seeing or holding our daughter, and we both agreed to move forward, and I apologized profusely. Her birthday was close. And even though we weren't talking, really, or in the best place, I got her a spa pass, etc. to make sure she could relax and have a great day. Oh, what a great gift.
That is really nice.
Oh,
I feel like she should get you the spa pass. Again, you just gave birth.
That's true. Fast forward a few months ago, she texted me and was making small talk. She brought up the picture, and I stood my ground and said I'm still upset, and she was wrong. She didn't ask. She posted our daughter before we could, and on top of that, we didn't really want to post our daughter at all other than a welcome announcement. I felt like she took that away and expressed how I felt in the most respectful way possible. I apologized again for hurting her feelings and saying it was never my intention. She said she posted because she was an excited aunt, and it was my fault. I ruined her relationship with my daughter, and she can never be excited because I'll just remove my daughter from her life. I said I have no friends, and I was effed in the head. She called me a bad mom and a self-absorbed person. Said I didn't take responsibility for my part. She also said she feels sorry for my daughter because she won't be raised right, and my husband that has to put up with me, etc. Her calling me a bad mom like 6 weeks postpartum as a first-time mom really, really messed with me mentally as well. I thought for a while I was a horrible mother. Ugh,
That's so scary.
that is.
Like you just had a baby. You're already nervous. You're already overthinking everything. And then you have like one of the clearly like important people in your life come to you and affirm that thought.
Yeah. You just like didn't want that like your business to get out. It's your business
Yeah.
to tell. That's such a big moment, especially being your first big moment. Like this is going to change your life.
Yeah.
Why she thought that it would be okay to be like, I'm gonna post. Like I get you're excited and everything, but like I don't know. Like you gotta give some slack. I mean, it's just I don't know. That's and the fact that she's not even like it's not my fault. I was just excited. Like I gave birth that day.
No,
what do you mean?
There's absolutely no there's just, she's taking no accountability.
Yeah. And that's just horrible to say those things.
Yeah.
Now our daughter is almost 5 months old, and my sister's missed a lot. The longer she's gone, the more red flags I see. I don't have to walk on eggshells or hear it's just how she is from my parents when she says some out-of-pocket mean thing or does something really rude. She vents to my parents and says it's all my fault, and she goes as far as throwing fits if I even indirectly see my parents if she's around. Drop off my dog, for example, but did it when she wasn't even home. We still aren't speaking, and I recently tried to extend an olive branch with the holidays coming up. She says she doesn't want to see me, and she's mad because I didn't apologize enough and gave a half-butted apology. In all honesty, it makes it extremely difficult because my parents don't point out any bad behavior or just give excuses like, she's always been a mean girl, or she's an
Whoa.
adult, nothing I can do.
That's crazy. And also very, clear sign of bad parenting to be like,
Yeah.
but she's always been mean.
Well, she's just a
Couldn't
mean
do anything
girl.
about that. Oh, consequences right now? Give her consequences as an adult? No.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that
Please.
either.
She's just mean. Give her some slack.
Yeah, she just kind of sucks.
I know you had birth and you're 6 weeks postpartum, but
But everyone knows your sister sucks.
yeah. You know what she is.
Yeah.
Stop being angry. The longer this goes on, the more red flags I see when it comes to my sister. Also, the more mad I get at her for making herself a victim in this. I'm at the point that I don't want my daughter seeing her because I don't want her to learn my sister's behavior and think it's acceptable. Honestly, that's very valid.
Yeah.
Or worse, see her treat me like garbage and my daughter to think she can treat me like that. Am I the a-hole if my sister never has a relationship with our daughter? Any advice of what you do would be greatly appreciated.
No, you're not the a-hole. I think that's very, smart to consider. And it really sucks that your daughter's not going to have a relationship with her aunt. But,
Yeah.
isn't
that's her own
really,
fault.
yeah, it's her choices that she's making.
She just decided that, like she said, yeah, I know what I did, but, you know me.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Too
not
bad.
okay. Like, okay, so I just have to be okay when you're mean.
Yeah.
And then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then you also get to see my daughter, like, no. Like, just,
Yeah. There
it's
are
just not-
consequences, and OP's sister is finding that out.
yeah. And that's just not cool, sis. There are some comments. Comment number 1. Stop apologizing to her. She clearly was in the wrong in this situation. When you apologize, her behavior becomes acceptable. She degraded you. When you in postpartum, your relationship with her will never be the same unless she changes profusely, which I doubt she is a self-absorbed person. Your parents should be ashamed of themselves for never correcting her growing. Don't let her ruin what is really important, which is your child and husband. By the way, you know what's important for you guys? For you to listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. And you'll see everyone's bright, shiny face. That was terrifying. Glad we were all on the same page. There's an update. Should we just get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Update. I want to thank everyone for being really kind and putting things into perspective. Makes me feel like I'm not totally crazy. I've taken some advice you all gave me, and I'm going to start therapy. I will not be mending any bridges anymore. I'm grieving who I wanted her to be and not who she actually has become. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. My focus now is just on my family, my healing, and being the best version of myself for my daughter. The end. I think, OP, that's good. I think you going to therapy about it, I think will really help because it's really hard to figure out what to do, especially in that type of situation. And also you have so many hormones going everywhere right now. There's so much going on, and the fact that she can't see that is really frustrating and upsetting.
And maybe she'll never see it, but
Yeah.
hopefully she has a change of heart and realizes.
It just seems like she's just very, very self-absorbed, and she just does not really care.
It does seem like that. It
Yeah.
certainly does.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry, OP, but I think you're doing the right thing.
Me too.
I think you're getting the help you need.
Good
and
for you and your daughter.
Yeah,
and your new
focus
family.
on you, because that's what you should do anyway. And your
Thank you.
daughter, the new
Your daughter.
your daughter, your husband, you. your family except your sister. But everyone else.
My dad chose a new family, and now everyone says I owe him closure.
Daddy, see ya.
This is mostly about my dad, Tom, who I'll be calling Tom throughout the post because IRL, I use his first name and have for several years now. By the way, this comes from Hands.
What about?
Hands.
Are you
Like-
serious?
Like hands?
Hey,
Like hands? Like
hands.
Like jazz hands?
And
Or just
hands.
like Tom hands?
And if
Who
you
is
want to
that
submit your own
man?
stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Dopey says, Tom married my late mom, and when she was already passed, he married her.
Late mom.
And they had my late sister, who was 21, female, when she passed away. Wow. I'm so sorry. It's very early. Together, and then Tom enlisted in the military. I, 24 male, was born 3 years later. Tom wasn't around very much when me and my sister were growing up. If we saw him for an entire week out of the year, that was a lot. When he wasn't overseas, he would travel around with his military buddies or visit different family members throughout the States. It felt very much like he came home to rest and sleep and not be with his wife and kids. He was never with us for Christmas, for any of our birthdays, for any Father's Day, or for any holiday. He also didn't call very often, and my sister and I used to discuss whether Tom was sleeping around when he was gone. We thought it was very likely, seeing as he was gone for so much of the time. Even Tom's own parents were disgusted with his lack of involvement in the family, and they refused to see him when he would try to visit. They would send him our way, but he'd just go to his siblings' places or his favorite aunt's place. He was given a desk job when I was 13 or 14, but he still wasn't around very much. We saw him a little more, but mostly he slept at work and trained with some of his buddies, hoping he could be shipped out again. That didn't happen. Then, when I was 16, he spent more time at home, but he wasn't engaged in the family at all. It took my sister and me ignoring his birthday the year before my sister and mom passed away for him to be like, what the heck? He spent months trying to get my sister to talk to him and saying he wanted to fix the relationship. At this time, he was still mostly ignoring me. 3 times before she passed away, she told him to go F himself and told Tom he was Tom and not our dad. You're Tom. You're not dad, you're Tom.
Who is that?
That's Tom Hands.
Tall hands?
She told him mom had worked while he was away, so he wasn't the sole provider, and yet mom could make time for her kids, unlike him. The day she and mom passed away, my sister told Tom she would never forgive him or want a relationship with him and that she hated him. She said it would have been easier for all of us if he had passed away overseas instead of coming home. Oof. Because then we wouldn't have dealt with so many years of him not caring. 3 hours after that, my sister and mom passed away. How? At the same day?
Oh, it was probably like an
happened?
accident
Oh.
of some sort.
I wasn't living at home when they passed, and I took charge of the funerals and everything. Tom tried to once or twice, but he was shamed into staying out of things by me, by his parents, and by some of his siblings who welcomed him into their home when he was avoiding his family. A year after my mom and sister passed away, Tom got remarried. I was invited but didn't go, and I didn't stay in touch with him throughout that period or after. I knew from some of his family that he and his wife had kids together, and that he is a whole other family. About a year ago, he started to remember I exist, and he contacted me through social media.
That's wait.
He's like, oh,
He's like, wait,
he's like, I'm forgetting something.
who's that? Who's that person?
Who was that? Oh my
It's on
God,
the tip of my
OP.
tongue. It's on the. I have a daughter.
I have a daughter.
He probably went,
His wife's like,
"Whoops."
sorry. She's like, I have a daughter.
Oh, what's her name? Oh, Tom. No, that's me.
Toenail?
Toenail.
Toenail?
Toenail?
That can't be right.
No.
That can't be right. I wouldn't name her Toenail.
Tomato.
Maybe you come with me, and then
Hey,
you introduce
you.
yourself, and then she'll have to say her name.
And then she'll, yes, and then it'll be, hi, I'm, Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Knew it.
My daughter.
Knew it.
I'll
Nailed it.
introduce her as my daughter, and then you ask her name.
This is my daughter. Name, insert name here.
This is my daughter. We have this fun thing where we don't remember each other's names.
Fun game. Yeah, we played this game a lot. It's very fun. She's really good at it.
She's so good at it.
She calls me Tom.
She calls me,
even though that's
I
my
hate
name.
you.
That's my name, but you know.
I told him it was too late and that he needed to focus on his second chance family and leave me alone. He told me he didn't want to carry the guilt of losing 2 of his children in being hated by them in our or his final moments. I told him he didn't have a choice in that anymore. And the time to avoid that was when we were kids and wanted and needed our father around.
Also, OP is a man.
Oh, a piece of man.
Which made it even funnier. Tom's like, I have a daughter?
Tom.
He's like, I've been a son. I've been your son the whole time. He's like, right.
This is my daughter's son.
My daughter's the one who
Tom.
passed away. My son, Tom. That's your name, Dad.
Tim?
You can also be Tom
you
if
could
you
be
like.
Tom. You could be Tom Jr.
You want to be Tom?
I'm
too?
not, Dad.
We're all Tom. This is my fiance,
Tom.
Tom.
He has messaged me several times, but I ignore them and don't engage back. Most are left unread, even. His wife contacted me through social media recently as well, or I'm assuming it's her, but I'm not 100% positive. She, again, assuming it's her, told me that he carries around the guilt of my sister and that he doesn't deserve to carry it around with me, too. She said I should forgive on both of our behalves so it can be lifted of his guilt. She said their kids deserve to know their older brother, too, and to hear about their older sister, and that I'm the only living person who can share all that. After that, he messaged me again and begged me to come meet his family and try to join them and repair things with him. He told me it would be all he would ever ask of me.
Why
By the
isn't
way-
he actually asking?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, his wife's asking.
yeah, what? Who
By
she
the-
doesn't know.
by the
He
way-
doesn't. Sorry.
By the way, the only thing I'm ever going to ask of you guys is to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. It seems like your dad stole his wife's phone for a second, messaged you on his Instagram, and then texted you and was like, my wife has a point. Definitely my wife. She's got a point. She wrote to you for sure. It was her. And she's right.
You should forgive her so then you forgive me. Even though you know nothing of this woman. But just forgive. Forgiveness is all
a
about
virtue.
what we are, right?
Yeah. It'll
And
make
I
you feel
forgave
better.
you.
You're welcome. I forgave you for not talking to me.
I forgave you. Now come here.
Yeah. Let's
Give
let's
Daddy some
exchange.
sugar.
Terrible. But there is a little bit left. Now, I have one of my aunts who was one of the siblings to always welcome him, but also didn't agree with him being left out of funeral planning, trying to fight his corner. She says, I need to figure out a way forward with him and his family. She asked me if I just never plan to know my new siblings, and I told her, yep. I said we will never have anything in common. There will always be a very big age gap, and Tom will never ever be my dad in anything but blood. I also accused her of enabling him, which pissed her off. I know I could or should block him, and I might. I haven't decided that far yet. Right now, not responding works for me, but seeing as this has gotten heated, and my aunt is fully ready to keep fighting for him, maybe with his wife, I don't know. I decided, why not ask online? This isn't me asking in a place of therapy or anything else, by the way. So what says the internet? Am I the a-hole? No.
I don't think so.
I think it makes sense why he is coming back after all this time and, you know, wanting a relationship. He's lost important people in his life, even if he wasn't showing up for them. And I think he probably really does want a relationship with you.
Yeah.
However, you don't really get to demand that. You don't get to choose when you come back into someone's life and whether or not they accept that.
Especially with everything that's happened in the
Yeah.
past. Like, oh, now you're ready to come back into my life, so I have to be ready?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go away.
Yeah. He's
Like you
allowed
did.
to ask.
Remember?
Oh,
Got him.
Burn.
Burn.
He's allowed to ask, but you can also say no.
But you can also deny.
Indeed.
You have no obligation to forgive this man for
Mm-mm.
everything that he's done. And if you don't want him in your life, like he didn't want you in his, you
Yeah.
can completely just
Yeah.
not have him in your life.
You are
And he
allowed
has to
to say
deal with
no.
that guilt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he can deal with it because that's what he did.
And
So
don't care what they say.
Yeah,
Don't
don't care
you
what they
know,
say. It's
Their
up to you,
opinion.
OP.
Their opinion doesn't matter.
my sister won a casino jackpot, then used my name to claim it.
Guess that's my money.
My sister and brother-in-law like to go to the casino. Same girl. And they also like to drag anyone they can into their messes. So I don't F with them.
Hmm.
She won a large amount of money at the slots, and for some reason that I don't want to know, she told them she was me. The casino's payout policy for the amount she won is for it to occur during business hours. By the way, this comes from Painted Lumiere, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I am Savannah,
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
and we are here to give some good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only would tell you what we would do in this situation, but we would love to know what you would do in the comments. As Opie says, she knows I won't go anywhere with her, so she couldn't lure me to the casino. She came clean and said she'd give me a few thousand for helping. Whoa, how much did she win?
Dang.
Okay.
She's like, so I won $20,000 in your name. So I'll give you like $300.
I'll give you like 2,000 for letting
Yeah.
me know you use your name.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
bye.
committing fraud in your name, but I'll pay you $2,000.
She always thinks enough money will motivate anyone. I told her no and hung up the phone. I don't want to be a part of any of that now. She's got the rest of the family up my butt because money. Both of our brothers yelled at me for not getting over myself enough to help her out this one time. I'm thinking she offered them some money too.
Yeah, they all get. Yeah, she's like, okay, if you let me do fraud in your name, I'll give you $2,000. And then she goes to her brother and she's like, if you can
convince us.
convince sister to let me do fraud in her name, I'll give you $1,000. And she just keeps going down the
Take it or
line.
leave it.
Take it or leave it.
The offer
$1,000.
stands, only
You
for
just
a
have to
little bit.
convince her.
But whatever. Her messed up name is not my problem. She's been hatching plans all her life, and I got dragged into them by default. Our father favored her because she's the baby, and made me responsible for her because that's your sister. Her trouble is your trouble. Whoa.
Fine.
I don't agree with that. I walked away when I became an adult. Even if I did get along with her, I don't go to casinos, and the thought of shenanigans with them, no ma'am Pam. Does me being a goody two-shoes make me an a-hole? The verdict is not the a-hole, but we do have some comments. Do we want to discuss?
No. I think, I mean, like, I've seen some people who are like, yeah, take go claim the prize since it's in your name. I honestly think the smartest thing is to not get involved because you don't know what she's trying to do with. I mean, like, on the one hand, you could, if you want her to get off your back, you can threaten her and be like, I'm going to, file a police report for identity theft. If you just want her to get off your back. But yeah, I would not be involved.
Comment number 1. Not the a-hole. If it was above board for her to use her name, she would have instead of using your name. Does she just not like her name or something? OP responds, it's mud. She's got in a lot of trouble when she was young from all her schemes. She supposedly cleaned her life up, but I still kept my distance.
Alice schemes. You know, sis and the big boys always making trouble around town.
always
Yeah.
scheming.
Just
always
twirling her
scheming.
mustache up. Yeah.
Yeah, she always smokes a cigar and says, "All right, big boys, what trouble are we gonna get up to around town?"
I'm walking here.
Hey,
Hey,
and
we're
she's
doing-
in the
walking
car.
into
We're
the
doing
casino.
tax fraud today. Tax evasion,
We
hey?
haven't done that one in a while.
We're to take the biggest casino heist
Ever.
in the history of casino heists.
Taxes, never heard of her.
Mm.
I'm glad I did because this stunt proves she hasn't really changed. Commenter 2 says, change your name so they can't F with you no more.
Wait, that sounds like a little bit too like
Change
change
your
your
name.
name.
whole name.
Yeah. Change your name.
I couldn't possibly continue my life knowing I'm connected to sis and the big boys.
God knows what else she's used your name for. That's identity theft. Or better yet, go claim the winnings and don't give to them. You could donate the money instead. OP responds, she's the reason I keep my credit report locked.
Smart.
She's gave my names to cops when she was caught in the park after hours. That's crazy.
That's messed up.
She had an outstanding warrant on her for not showing up for a court date. This was 20 years ago, but I never forgot it. Comment to 3, not to the a-hole. I'd be reporting the attempted fraud to the casino. Your name is currently on their books. OP says, good point. I hadn't thought of that. Commenter 4, check your credit. File police reports. Lock your credit through. Though with a sister like that, you've probably done all this already. OP responds, I protected myself years ago. This question is, why don't OP's father deal with this since her sister is his favorite? OP said he passed away years ago.
Well, that would do it. That would do it.
You know what? That checks out.
Why isn't your father doing anything? Well,
he's no longer living. So
he gets a pass.
he gets just this one time.
Yeah, just this one time.
I'll
I'll let him off.
Anyway, commenter 5 says OP could go and claim the money. They will usually take out federal and state taxes here in PA, but you can tell how much you wish to have withheld for taxes. Have 50% of the winnings withheld, and then when you file your own taxes, you will get a bigger refund, thus collecting whatever sister wants to give you and a bonus at tax time. Having said that, sis has a problem with gambling, been banned, and is doing something in a fraudulent manner. Don't get involved. OP responds, I'm not touching that money. No way. Commenter 6, not the a-hole, but why would you claim the whole money for yourself? That's pretty dumb. OP says, because I didn't win it. Full stop. For me to claim it would be dishonest. And that ish comes back to you. I've never stepped foot in that casino except for when I went to clear all this up. Keep thinking like that and you'll F your name up like my sister F'd hers up.
Okay, all right.
Wow, they're
Cool,
OP's
you
about
jet.
to throw
OP said,
hands.
how dare you? How dare you say that to me?
You keep saying this, you're going to get popped, son. Comment to number 7, not the a-hole. Even if you lived in a jurisdiction where gambling wins, such as this, were not considered income. You were within your rights to tell her to pound sand. Even if nothing else illegal has been done by her, there is nothing yet stopping her from committing ID theft and fraud. If you haven't yet done so, contact the credit bureaus and let them know that you've had reports of someone pretending to be you. Also, if she has ever had any access to your phone, computer, etc., change your passwords and banking account logins ASAP. OP responds, she did social engineering before the internet. We're Gen X.
I freaking knew it. That's 65-year-old right there.
Wow.
No man Pam.
No man Pam. Go, what is it? Beat sand.
Yeah.
Go pound sand.
Yeah, she's probably 62.
I love
that.
Yeah. So I learned years ago not to let her have access to any of my things, and I had my credit file on lock old school, early 90s. Even had passwords at the call centers that just protected me financially. It did nothing to stop her from telling the cops she was me when she got stopped with outstanding warrants or using my expired IDs to gain access to clubs while she was underage. We're in our late 40s now. I stay vigilant. Ooh, there's an update. What happens?
Yeah, stay vigilant. Vigilant. Do not let her take your money.
Yeah.
I think OP's doing all of the right things.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think she knows her sister pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, not that she's been down this road before, but she's been down similar roads before. So it's like, okay, like, I kind of know what she's going to do and how she's going to be. So, but we do have an update, which is the next day. The responses that said her giving them my name involves me in this got to me. I called the police. The detective I spoke to said no fraud has been committed yet because the money has not been claimed. And it's not a crime to give a false name to a casino, but she also said to not relax because there's nothing stopping my sister from getting a fake ID made and claiming the money, especially since I refused to help. She also mentioned the fraudulent tax liability in case the casino didn't spot the fake ID. She said it was better to reach out to the casino now. So I did. I explained the situation and made it clear my name was given fraudulently. Turns out, she was banned from the casino over a separate incident. By the way, we'll never ban you. Because you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. There's a little bit more, but what do we think here?
I think OP knows what to do. I think she's been working on this for like a long time and knows her sister quite well. I think the issue here is that your family, for some reason, are letting your sister kind of do whatever she wants.
Yeah, which is why she keeps doing it. I mean, even with like all the trouble that she's caused, she still continues to do it. Yeah, because the parents are like, just help her out. Come on. She's going through a rough time.
She needs it.
I think OP's doing the right thing, just covering your tracks and like, you know what? It's not really tattletaling. It's like this is legal. This is really serious.
It's like I'm not going down with you. If you want to be dumb, go be dumb, but don't use me.
Don't include me in your dumb.
Yeah, don't throw me under the bus.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. All right. When she hit the jackpot, they were prepared to pay out then. Once they verified her ID, she told them she didn't bring it with her and ID'd herself as me. The manager told me that case was flagged anyway. Oh, perfect. Nice. They're automatically suspicious of winners who claim they forgot their ID. I'm not sure if she's ever made a flat-out fake ID of me before. That'd be horrid. But when my probationary driver's license expired, she did use it to get into clubs when I was away at college. Well, I feel like that's a normal thing. We looked a lot more alike back then. Yeah. Just forever scheming. I'm glad I didn't chance it. Oh.
And there you go. No chance and no damage.
No chance, no dance.
That's what they say. My sister slept with my kid's father. Now she wants my sympathy?
Oh, no. Not cool, sis.
I, 27 female, have 3 children with my now ex, Con, 29 male. 10 months ago, my sister, 26 female, confessed that she and Con had slept together the week before, and she said she regretted it and needed us to be okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
She told me it was a mistake and she got caught up in the moment because she had a crush on Con and she needed me to not hate her for it. By the way, this comes from Disastrous Chapter 57, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Savannah.
Hey, and I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says that she loved me and wanted us to make things work. Con didn't even try to deny it. He told me he'd been sleeping around for years and that he slept with my sister more than once.
Whoa.
So he's lying or she's lying? My sister denied it strongly. Honestly, I think she's lying.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
I don't think he has any, like, reason to lie about it, and she does.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. He's like, well, yeah, this happened, sorry. And she's like, no, it didn't. Hey,
we talked about it. It only happened one time. My sister denied it strongly. I broke up with him immediately and told her to get lost. Whoa, wait, you all were still together at the time? Now ex. I thought I had read that in my head as ex and was like, oh yeah, that sucks. Like, she's terrible for sleeping with your ex. She slept with your current partner?
That just makes it a huge, bigger issue.
Dang.
No.
I said I never wanted to see her again and that she disgusted and repulsed me, and I didn't care how bad she felt. I wanted her to feel bad. I wanted her to hurt, and she would never hurt as much as I was right then. So forget about me. I got checked after I broke up with Con to make sure he didn't give me anything with all the cheating. I was negative for all STDs, and I'm incredibly thankful for that. With the amount of cheating he talked about, I'm still surprised I didn't catch anything. She ended up dating Con because I rejected her, or that was the story she told others. She said she felt guilty and needed some good to come from this because clearly I would never give her the time of day again. And that's true. I swore to myself that I would not forgive her. Even through therapy, I have become more secure in the belief that what she did broke our relationship beyond repair. And regardless of whether it was one time, which I don't believe, or a full affair, it was wrong and will never come back from it. I really don't care what happens to her, and if she passes away tomorrow, I would not grieve or make an appearance at her funeral. Recently, my sister found out Con had cheated on her, and he didn't only cheat, but he passed along some STDs and STIs, which, I mean, you're going to the, I don't know, pet store, and you're surprised that they have fish.
I mean,
I don't know about that analogy. That wouldn't.
I don't know. I couldn't think of one.
I was just gonna say what goes around comes around kind of thing.
Well, but like she's going to the pet store, Con, and she's surprised that there are STDs there.
Yeah.
What, you knew that he cheated on your sister with you and multiple women.
This is the only guy on the planet.
Apparently.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I had to do it. I had to. There was no way around him.
Yeah. Doesn't that make sense? Love that.
I believe she's also waiting to make sure he didn't give her HIV. Although I can't say I paid enough attention to know if that was a big concern or just them being cautious. But she thought that experience would make me more forgiving of her.
Why?
She was wrong. She showed up at my place and I shut the door in her face without saying a word. She showed up at our brother's house while I was heading inside and he shooed her, but she told me how sorry she was again and how scared she was and how much she needed me. Tough. That sucks. I ignored her and kept going, and our brother told her she wasn't welcome. She tried again, and this time I did respond. I told her I do not care, and if anything, she deserves everything she got after what she did, and how stupid she was in the end. She told me she needed me and that she was scared. That's the thing. When you burn your support system, they're not there when you need them to support you.
She literally said, I'm scared of touching the fire, but let me touch the fire again.
It sucks. Like I've had friends who have gone through this. I've had friends tell me about, their friends, their relationships that have gone through this of these people pushing everyone away. And then, being in a very difficult position, being in a very dark place and not having anyone near them.
It's just the fact of like, those people don't think about anyone else in that situation. No. They're like, oh, like, I really want to do this. Like, I'm not going to think about anyone else. Yeah. I'm going to be selfish and think about just me, even though, like, this is not going to just affect me. It's going to affect everyone around me, including my relationship with my sister, who I want a relationship with. Like, it's those people who just do not think. Yeah. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it's one thing to do it like under the influence of something. Yes. But it's another thing to do it completely sober.
And constantly.
Multiple times, yeah.
Multiple times.
But then also, she's like, but I feel bad for it.
She's like, you have to be okay.
Yeah. Like, that's just like not okay in any situation.
No.
At all.
Yeah. I told her, just like when I found out my partner of 8 years and father of my children was cheating on me, and I could have used my sister, only she betrayed me as well by cheating with him. She said it was one time and she would have been there for me, and I told her I didn't want her disgusting self to touch me. Because I said that's how I saw her now, a disgusting backstabber. I told her I don't care if he's given her every STD under the sun because I want nothing more to do with her, and she can disappear in a hole for all I care. I haven't seen her since. Apparently, she's very distraught, and she's also the topic of gossip in our social circles. She lost most of our shared friends, and a few have shared a similar sentiment to me on her. But a couple have asked me if I don't even feel a little bad for being so cruel to her and turning her away a second time, even after all her apologies. None of her apologies mean anything, though. That's the thing. It's so hard to parse through what a real apology is when it is accompanied by request, by a need, by desperation. Because it doesn't feel like an apology.
Exactly.
They said they felt like I should have found a way to work through this because we were close for such a long time and sisters are for life, or whatever stupid crap they said. I don't feel guilty. I don't even feel bad for her or have any kind of empathy. Am I the a-hole? And there are some comments, which we will read in a moment. But do you have any other thoughts?
I mean, I hate that this is like a thing that people do.
Yeah.
And they just don't like think in the moment, and they're like, oh well, I like, I like this person and I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing is, unless you are heavily under the influence, I almost never believe that they didn't think about that person. You know?
Sure.
Like I find it so hard to believe, even when you are a little bit under the influence, that the thought didn't cross your mind to be like, there's got to be consequences.
You're not.
This is
thinking.
going to upset.
Yeah.
She was likely banging him for ages, says comment 1. She doesn't care enough about you nor your kids not to be with one of the many women he cheated with. Karma's a witch. OP says, that's what I think. She still swears it was once, but even once is one too many times.
True.
That's wild, says another comment. She effed your husband, then told you the two of you needed to be okay. OP says she did. She kept saying she needed us to be okay. She needed me not to hate her, making it all about herself while she was tearing my whole world apart. Comment 3 says the father of your kids cheated on you with your sister and multiple other people. Your sister should have seen it coming. That man clearly sounds like he'd never even consider being loyal to anyone, so your sister was stupid and entitled to think that she'd be the one he won't cheat on. Also, why the heck would your sister think that you would forgive her for sleeping with your then partner just because she's scared and in need of you? Not the a-hole. OP says she was hoping I still had some love left for her, but she crushed that. Maybe she was also hoping the sympathy card would come into play. By the way, you should have sympathy for us and go listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story.
Donut agrees.
Does everyone have any thoughts?
I don't know. Donut sounds like she's
got thoughts. She's like, don't ever talk to your sister again. She's nasty. She's a nasty lady. That's what Donut said.
She's a nasty girl.
Comment 4. I would have cut her off and never talked to her again. OP says, I did it when I found out. Only reason I said anything was she kept showing up, and I had hoped, and seemed to be right, that it would stop her. Which, fingers crossed, she stays away now. Comment 5 says, accident? Did she trip and fall onto his stuff? OP says, don't you just hate it when that happens? And that's the end of that story, folks.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, don't you just hate?
I just hate when that happens.
Not again.
Dang. Yeah, it always
Sister
gets
strikes
you.
again.